Hello humans, it's just Martine, and today I decided to bring you along for my extravagant trip to the Dollar Tree to show you how I pick out books from the Dollar Tree. So I'm just going to jump into the footage I got there. So, as you saw, I ended up purchasing 5 books from the Dollar Tree today. 3 of them are hardback, 2 are paperback, and 1 is actually a novella. So first I'm going to walk you through these, and then I'm going to give you some general commentary about what happened while I was there. Okay, so this is the first book that I picked up. It's called As Wide as the Sky. It's by Jessica Pack. Honestly, look at this cover. This has to be one of the prettiest covers I've ever seen. I really was intrigued, but I was like, okay, am I going to be interested in this at all? But then the front blurb says that it's in the vein of Jodi Picoult's 19 Minutes. And although I haven't read 19 Minutes, my sister's read part of it. And if it's in the vein of Jodi Picoult books at all, sign me up. So beautiful, about tragedy, we're ready. Oh, the text is quite small on each page, but the margins are huge. Interesting. You never know what formatting you're gonna get. And let's see. Copyright is 2018, and the original price in the United States would be about $16, but I got it for $1. think the second book I picked up is Evolution by Stephanie Diaz, which claims that it's an exciting sci-fi dystopian sequel. Okay, so this happens to me sometimes. I tried my best to avoid sequels and further books in a series, but this flew under my radar for that. And yet I'm going to read it because usually for a sequel, you can tell what's going to happen, or you can just look up like a summary beforehand, but usually it explains it in the beginning of the book what happened, so that's fine. But it involves an army of aliens, a massive fleet of battleships, temporary alliance with a sworn enemy, and it looked cool and sci-fi, and I love sci-fi, but I have very little of it, so I decided to pick this up. Publication date is in 2015, so it's a little older than the last one. And in a regular shop, this would have been $22, and I got it for $1. Next, I picked up The News from the End of the World by Emily Jean Miller. It looks like this. It is a nice floppy paperback. Most of the paperbacks I get from the Dollar Tree are actually surprisingly and very pleasingly floppy. So we love that. This one, so the cover appealed to me, and then it involves a broke, jobless, and recently dumped guy taking refuge with his twin brother. Almost anything that has twins, I'll take. And then he's on Cape Cod. A pregnant girl, heartbreak, affairs, and stuff. It just seemed super interesting, so I picked it up. The great thing about books being $1 at the Dollar Tree is you can pick up a book you're like, ugh, this could be a total shot in the dark, and most of these are, to be honest, but like, it could be great, and it's only $1, so if it's bad, I only used $1 to buy it. Another one with a really small text, but no margins on this one pretty much. Copyright in 2017. The reading guide was published in 2018. The book was published in 2017. Under the sticker, how much it would have cost, but if I had to guess, like 15, I can at least see the tiny 1 that shows that it would have been double digits under the sticker, so another great bargain. Then I picked up The Feed by Nick Clark Window. The Carcass review on the front says, "Think the Road," which I've never read, intricately wrapped around Station 11 with a dash of Oryx and Crake. I just read Station 11 and I read Oryx and Crake last year in a class, and then I read the sequel during Bookoblethon, so I was like, yes, please. The tagline on the front says their whole world was in the feed and now their world is gone. It seems to be a like end of the world story, collapse of modern society and such. A chilling dystopian page turner. It was $27 before, published in 2018. So, and finally, this was the most exciting book that I got today, is actually a novella, and it is A War of Gifts by Orson Scott Card. Orson Scott Card, a terrible person, but the tagline at the bottom says, an Ender Battle School story, and Ender's Game is one of my favorite books of all time. So I could not resist picking this up, and originally it would have been $15 and published in 2007, so the oldest book of the bunch, but like, look at this title page, that's so cool. And there seem to be little chapter header illustrations as you continue along, so I'm super stoked for this one. And so this is a perfect example of something that I'm going to get into in my discussion, but basically like this should be a huge title. Ender's Game is ridiculously popular. Orson Scott Card is a very well-known author, and yet I got it at the Dollar Tree. You might have seen in my clips that I took that they also had several copies of Landline by Rainbow Rowell. I know Rainbow Rowell's a little bit under fire now, but they were like hardcover copies of Landline, and yes, they have like the stickers on the front and everything, but honestly, it's $1. Like, what do you want? And the fact that you can get a big name like that, like I got a Magnus Chase book at the Dollar Tree before, a Rick Riordan book at the Dollar Tree before. They have the most random books all the time, and if I would have gone to a different Dollar Tree in town, there are like maybe 5 or 6 in my town, I would have gotten a whole different selection of books. So the beauty in my eyes of going to the Dollar Tree is this idea that you will literally never know what stories you could find. Yes, I'm excited for A War of Gifts because it's related to a book I know, but I'm also intrigued to see what these 4 books are actually like. So in total, with the guess of $15 for this book, it would have come to $95 for these 5 books at full price in retail. I saved $90 on these books. So I'm very interested to hear what you all think of this video, and if you'd like to see more of these videos in the future, go ahead and give this a big thumbs up and comment down below. Do you ever buy your books at the Dollar Tree? How do you feel about finding hidden gem books? Which of these books sounds the most intriguing to you? And subscribe for more reading, writing, and college lifestyle content. And until next time, bye humans, bye!